Hey.
Oh. I was holding like Titanic. Kind of like Titanic, you know.
Oh,
That was last
I know. I had to pick something quickly. I couldn't find the same song that I used to use, so I got to find something else. But I thought that was kind of dramatic, like
Yeah, I like it.
movie theater music.
I like it. Hi, everyone.
We should have saved the last clip, but whatever. But hello, everyone. Thank you for coming for this very more or less last-minute live stream. Because we literally, I was talking to Brandy about this on Sunday. Like, you want to just go ahead with just the two of us? And she's like, yeah. So I got the confirmation from her and then immediately went and watched the movie.
And we
this is one of my favorite movies, you know, and not only that, but now I made concessions though. So, and you boys don't know the concessions. The concessions I made are that I have to agree to watch some of her movies. So either I'm going to learn a lot about Pokemon or Disney or something. Before we get into the movie, did you see the leak that one of the breast cancer pops is going to be Hawkgirl?
Ooh,
no way. No, because if that was real, I would have seen it.
I forget. I think I took a picture of it for you.
She's like, I kid you not.
I shit you not. Let me see where it is.
Which reminds me, watch my video tomorrow, Brandy.
Okay. Dr. J _pops, and it says upcoming pops. And one of them, it says Pop DC Comics Breast Cancer Awareness Hawkgirl Bombshell exclusive.
Oh, Bombshell? Hell yeah.
I love the Bombshell line. I don't think we're ever going to get that up. We're missing quite a few to finish the whole entire collection, but I love it.
I'm missing the Jokers, and then that's it.
Yeah, because you didn't want the men.
No. Hi, well, I have Batman.
Hi, Nadia.
Yeah, because that's from a box.
Hi, Clarissa.
Hi, everyone. But we're finally invited onto this segment because, you know, we are real women now.
Well, the only reason we didn't invite other guests before was because there were 6 of us, and some of us don't pay for StreamYard. So we only have a maximum of 6. But from now on, just so everyone knows the way the movie club is going to work, there was some drama happening. It's all water under the bridge now. No one cares. But it's just going to be me and Brandy and then 1 or 2 guests every month on my channel. That's the way it's going to work from now on. And then no quiz, because I can make the quiz, but then it wouldn't be fair.
You thought that? I took a whip.
Brandy doesn't want to make a quiz, so we're just going to be talking, and if we have time, we might play Jackbox games, and that's about it.
Ooh.
So we shall see. I literally just downloaded everything for Jackbox before we started, so I think I did everything right. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
I kind of tested it just to see if it would get to the port where, like, right before you play a game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're good. And I got the same one that the guys have with Quiplash and Blather-Around on it.
Who are the guys?
You two.
We're women. We're real women.
All right, Brandy, start with your question.
Well, here's my whole thing. So I did a little bit of research on this movie because obviously I've loved this movie since it came out. I saw it in the theaters and everything else. It actually did well in the theaters, which I didn't realize. And again, this is one of those moments when I probably should have known because I loved this movie so much and I identified with this movie so much. I know that currently it's controversial again because of all the cancel culture of you had straight guys playing drag queens. At the same time, in 1995, the culture wasn't the same that it is now. It wasn't as accepting then. There's so many people in my high school class because I graduated in 1995. There's so many people in my graduating class that have now come out that did not do that in high school. I mean, like boyfriends for years or girlfriends for years. And I read on this that the gentleman who pushed to get it made, he was working with Steven Spielberg at the time at his company, Amblin Entertainment. And when he read the script, he laughed. He sent it on up, but it took a lot to get this movie made because they didn't having it released by a major production house, movie house, with this type of topic in it was something that was not seen in those days. It had to be an indie film. I got beyond the fact that there's straight guys playing drag queens to the fact that I think this movie is not so controversial about that. I think it's more about acceptance and not even just with the main characters, but also with some of the supporting characters coming to terms with who they really are. And that's what I think spoke to me. but the jokes in this movie. And I'm sorry, girls, I'll talk to everyone. Girls, the soundtrack for this movie is fierce.
Oh yeah.
I
Now
haven't listened
where is the body?
The body.
I need to listen to the soundtrack.
Hey, Will.
Hey,
Hello,
Will.
Will, Nadia, Clarissa, Auntie. I think that's everyone so far that's come in. But real briefly, then we'll get back to the movie about cancel culture. I understand a lot of things that they're trying to get censored. Not all of it, but I understand some of it. But this one, you also have to think about the time period. Like, there wasn't that many out gay actors as compared to today's time. It's just not going to happen. So the fact that these men agreed to play, gay drag queens, I think was about as close as you could get.
Oh, yeah, you get the 180 of Wesley Snipes' Blade, which is like one of the most buff, manly characters that you could see.
Yeah.
And then you've got him playing Noxzema. Favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes with him, though, because there's plenty of them, but one of my favorite scenes is right at the start of the movie when it's all starting and he kicks back on, he puts on those heels and he kicks back and he kicks his legs and he goes, I was like, the first time I watched it, I was like, that's Wesley Snipes. Now, here's something I don't know if you guys knew. So
What?
Patrick Swayze, for his audition, they didn't believe that he could do it because he'd done so many leading male, strong male characters. He actually had makeup people dress him up in drag, and they walked around the streets of New York as him dressed like a woman, and no one recognized him as Patrick Swayze. And that's when they were like, you got the job. You're going to be Vita.
I love it.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Me neither.
Ooh,
How much did you nerd out on this movie to research all this crap?
That I knew. I knew that the role for John Leguizamo was written for John Leguizamo. He's got that personality, and he can pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other casting choices, I mean, you've got Blythe Danner in there. That's Gwyneth Paltrow's mom is in there as one of the characters. You've got Stockard Channing, and Stockard Channing's well known for Grease. That's that was her biggest role at the time, and she's in this movie. You got Arliss Howard in there, and he's a complete douchebag in this movie. You got Chris Penn, who's another complete douchebag in this movie. But you had all these names in there. You had a lot of big names as an ensemble cast for a movie that shouldn't have been made for the time period.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing that I said from this movie I got out of was comfortability and normality, because I grew up with this movie not thinking anything of it. I thought it was like, oh, it's funny, especially the fact that during those times, or a little bit after those times, you had Mrs. Doubtfire and you also had Big Mama's House. Like, there was a lot of like cross-dressers, if you want to say, like men dressing like women. And I just didn't really think of it until I came in my own and started realizing what drag was, what gay and lesbian and everything like that. So for me, I felt like that was like an open gate to be in this normality of drag queens and orientation and so on and so forth. I didn't see anything big of it. And like going back what you were saying as well, like the controversy these days, I know if they were to make that movie using straight men to play drag queens, yeah, it'll be an uproar. And like you said, because now a lot more people are open and more, they're more famous as well, drag queens themselves, not even gay actors, drag queens themselves are more popular now and more accepting than it was before. So there could be many drag queens that can be played, which Sandra. See, this is white concept. So I told Michael, who should play the whole new cast? It should be, if like not color based or not character based, they could create a whole new character. But for like the way that they presented about who's the dominant, who was the friend, and who is gonna be like the poor little one that they need to like bring up, and the funny one, whatever. I thought that the main one should be Brooklyn Heights, who is now the host of RuPaul's Drag Race in Canada. And then for who played with Noxzema, or at least the character of like that version, would be Alyssa Edwards, because Alyssa Edwards has that attitude and that very up in your face. And then who should play Chi-Chi's kind of like character would be Shangela, because Shangela is like that person who's very funny, who's very loud, who's very rambunctious, who's very like in everybody's faces, and is very quick to say things, just like how Chi-Chi's kind of character is. I know it changes up the backgrounds and everything like that, but those I like feel like will be like the good representation of what brought out of the first movie. But going back to what I was saying was, I feel like them being straight and coming out and making a movie like that, I feel like that was, I honor them, if anything, for doing such a thing, because it brought into conversations that people were, or at least people who were not knowing about drag, a little bit uncomfortable. They kind of like broke the ice for them to understand a little bit more and to get more accepting of it.
Right.
So thank you to them. I don't care if they were straight or not.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to that kind of stuff, especially again for the time, if it wasn't for the straight allies willing to put themselves in those roles, those doors wouldn't have opened up until years later. Yeah. So I think you have to acknowledge that. I mean, again, today, yeah, it would be a little bit bothersome, but back then, hell yeah, go for it.
I can only imagine if they were to remake it, and like I said, Shangela should be the one. Imagine if Shangela was getting crowned at the end, and instead of Julie Newmar, it would be actually John Leguizamo as Chi-Chi. Giving her the crown.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be
right,
really cool.
Full circle. That, I feel like that would be perfect. It's sad because I would love to see a part 2 with the 3 main characters, but I mean, you can't have Patrick Swayze. So the only thing I can come up with having that little bit of like of a appearance would be having John Leguizamo as Chi-Chi again, and presenting the crown to the new winner.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. Yeah, it's 2021. I have never even heard about this movie until McDorfs were saying it like a couple months ago. They mentioned it somehow, and I'm like, I've never even heard of this.
I remember you're like, say it again.
Yeah, yeah, and they were like, go watch the trailer. So I did. If y'all want me to check something out, just give me the link to the trailer. That's the closest you're gonna get to usually letting me watch something or getting me to watch something. But I went to watch it, and I was like, okay, this is a movie I would enjoy. Still didn't watch it until last Sunday, but I will say, thus far out of this 6 months torture that this has been, this is the best movie that we've done so far. It's the one that I can see myself watching again, probably even in the near future. Did I laugh out loud at anything? Not really, but I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the humor. I enjoyed the characters. Chi-Chi was annoying a little bit, but the rest of them...
favorite. They need to make Funko Pops of them, by the way.
Oh my god!
Asked you to come on this trip? No, I
don't think so. No, and I love the part because there's one scene when they were during that whole thing. She was walking. She was like, "Well, I'm gonna go. Oh, if you give me my princess points, I'll do the hitchhiking thing. How are you gonna do it? There's no car, stupid. Well, you don't know me. I am the Latina Marilyn Monroe. I got more legs than a fucking chicken." But then she walks away and she curses in Spanish and she says, "Pendeja desgraciada come mierda," which is basically pendeja is like asshole. Wait, am I allowed to curse here?
No, you're good. Yeah.
Pendeja means asshole, and then was it? Desgraciada means disgraceful, and then come mierda is shit eater. So that's basically what she said. And she's like walking away. I was like, yes.
With the hip swivel, like.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of lifts her shorts up just a little bit. And then you've got, is it Jeremy London or Jason London? I think it's Jeremy London, isn't it? Or is it Jason? I don't know. It's one of the two. One of the London boys. It picks her up. And then you got Michael Vartan in this too. And Michael Vartan, he obviously was Never Been Kissed. He was in, I think, Alias. He became kind of that heartthrob blonde guy, and he's in there as like a greasy side character with his greasy group that they kind of pushed the limit there with, were they going to assault Chi-Chi or not?
I don't feel comfortable with that scene. Not because of what was going on. Like, that's kind of understandable. Like, things like that does happen in real life. So whatever. Yeah. But what made me feel uncomfortable was they were so willing to forget.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
that was my biggest thing.
Like, he was about to not him. The whole entire group was like about to gangbang you, and then you're like celebrating at the end because they stand it up for you. I'm like, no, they need to have some charges on them. Like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you were just being a guy. It's fine.
And then they played on the whole billboard with the "I love some Chi-Chi" thing on the old Coca-Cola, billboard thing, and I think that's part of what they could have done better. Like some of those side storylines that they kind of picked on. I mean, John Leguizamo's character Chi-Chi was all for hooking up with this kid, but as the two older role models of Vita and Noxima pointed out, he doesn't know who you really are.
Yeah.
And so that turning point of that coming about with Chi-Chi kind of valuing herself enough to say, you're right, I need to stop latching onto these guys and writing them for money. Why they do that? She says,
Because I'm a loser. I'm a loser.
hey, Pop Harbor.
Hey,
That
Pop
is,
Harbor.
that's just something that was an awesome turning point. When Stockard Channing, and that was another cringeworthy part of this. The whole Stockard Channing and her husband, and the abusive part of it and everything else. That was kind of a cringeworthy part of the movie, is because there was so many funny parts, and I know you have to throw some seriousness in there, and I'm glad she stood up for herself in the end. But still, that's another one of those parts where I was just like, I don't want to see that kind of thing.
Yeah.
See,
I think if they were make a remake, they would like probably correct that and not make it so like all up in their like abusiveness. Probably like them seeking, like her standing up to him and then him leaving for a bit and coming back and apologizing. But not like, I don't think they would be abusive.
Now that the town where they filmed is in Iowa, and those real empty. Sorry, I'll let you talk, Caitlyn. Those real stores and the church and everything are in that town, and they're still standing.
That's crazy.
I imagine they're probably like a good tourist attraction now or something. But the thing about the abusive in movies like this is that it shows that a lot of the bigots out there think that straights are the perfect couples, and the abuse shows otherwise. It's telling that no one's perfect. There's going to be trouble in all relationships, and just because you're straight doesn't mean you're right. This wasn't right. This was very, very wrong, and she needed an out, and these women showed her the way out of that relationship. So I understand you saying it's cringeworthy and you don't want to see it, but this kind of crap happens.
Yeah.
And obviously it still happens today very strongly. So I feel like, I'm not saying I enjoy when I see this on movies or TV shows, but I'm saying it acknowledges it and it empowers those who are maybe going through it to open their eyes and saying, okay, I need out too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if they do remake it, I hope it stays in just for that reason. Again, I don't like seeing it, but it needs acknowledgement just like anything else.
I think one of the, other than the whole like assault that we're gonna go on her, Chi-Chi, la pobre. They also, one thing I didn't feel like it was right was the fact of how over Bobby Ray got over Chi-Chi. They're like, oh, it's you, Bobby Lee. Like, how are you doing? Oh, now that she's dressed in a dress and with makeup, now is when you want to like come on to her. I'm like, that was kind of, I hate when they do that in movies, but in this kind of circumstance as well, it kind of made it cringy for me because it just made him like, he was so respectful with Chi-Chi and he had like so much more like romance. The fact that then when he did that, I felt like it kind of like degraded him, like the character. Like he wasn't all about romance, he was also a little bit shallow, if that makes sense. I feel like they didn't really stand to that character. But other than that, the whole entire movie, I feel like as well with the racism was being involved with the cop. That every single time I see that, and when he says, those words, I'm like, oh, that's so cringy for me.
Oh yeah, I got mad.
I know. But it leads up to one of the best scenes where he puts him on the car and he's like,
"Don't touch mine."
No, he says,
"Oh, my favorite."
Your hand off my dick, buddy.
Y'all can say dick. I don't care.
Dick. Penis.
Dick. They also tackled interracial relationships. So I think they almost tackled too many major social issues, and they didn't really expand on them enough to develop the characters. I mean, you see Blythe Danner and is his name Joe? It's Joe, right? The guy who runs the scoreboard.
The cafe.
Yeah. And, then they get in the truck and he hits a bump and she slides over and she just kind of smiles. And the next thing you know, they're a couple. And it didn't really show or expand on how they're getting through that whole stigmata of having an interracial, a mixed racial couple.
Yes, and I feel like as well it was good to go so in details because this is something I told Michael. Like I'm one of those people that I don't like too much spotlight on certain things that I think that we should just normalize it. And I don't want to normalize it in the sense of like not wanting to bring it into discussion. But I feel like sometimes when you bring up too many things into discussion, it just becomes that. It just another discussion, another discussion. It doesn't really normalize it. So like, for example, I hate that movies that deal with LGBTQIA, they label it as an LGBTQ movie or so on and so forth. I'm like, it's not. I feel like they should just consider it as a normal movie because they don't label movies like straight movie. Watch this straight. No. So
Yeah.
I understand back then, especially, it was a really big thing because we wanted to have movies that we can find easily to like look up to and be a little bit more inspired or get like something to comfort us in the moments of like questioning and so on and so forth. But it's like 2021 and there's a movie that has nothing to do with at all the community. And because there's like a lesbian or a gay storyline that's involved in it, it's automatically considered as an LGBTQ movie. And I don't like that. So in a way that they didn't really go in details or have any questions about them interracial, I felt like it was good because I felt like this was showing how a community, a little town, can accept two different races being together without questioning it. And then them as well standing up for gay and drag and not wanting, and they barely know these people, they were standing up for them. I felt like that just showed the character of that town, that they don't really care, they don't question, they don't care who you are, they accept you for who you are, and that's it. So I felt like that was kind of like a, how you call it, like a little bit of a foreshadow of what was coming towards the end when they found out who these drag queens really were.
Yeah. And, you know, to your point about normalizing it, I liked that this movie wasn't necessarily a love story. Like it was more like a friendship story, if anything, developing friendships, one between the three queens, but also between the people of this town and everyone. I liked that because most of the ones that are labeled LGBTQ, it involves some sort of love story, and usually it's like a tragic love story 9 times out of 10. So the
like
fact
Romeo
that
and Julio.
Yeah. So the fact that this wasn't a love story, it made me love it more, honestly, because again, it's not the center of attention necessarily, like the romantic part. It was just there to be funny and to bring awareness, and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it more that way.
By far, my favorite scene is with Noxzema and the little lady Clara when she drops the picture of Robert Mitchum and he goes chase everything. He goes, "I'm coming. I'm gonna get you." "Oh no, girlfriend! Did you just pull a Huey?" And she like keeps on trotting, but she turns around and goes walking back to her house. But you know, like they brought that lady out of her shell. She'd had great loss in losing her husband. They lost the movie theater. She had all this stuff, and they found common ground there, where you have this giant African American muscly drag queen sitting with this woman who should not want to even talk to him for either being black or being gay. And they're having a conversation and talking about Panama Hattie and Malaga and all, you know, like I could almost name off every movie. And I didn't know that was all that. Want to try Lena Horne?
I love that scene. I also like the fact that they kind of like gave also a princess vibe that not many realized it, which was like when they made over Bobby Lee, she was, or Roberta, she had the makeover, and then when they were like panning out and then showing them on top of the balcony, they each had a color of the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. So they were one dressed up
I didn't know that.
Eugene, and then Noxzema was dressed in green, and then you had Vita dressed in all in pink. So that was like all of them, and they were dancing and looking over her like the fairies were doing with Sleeping Beauty.
That's
I never knew
cute.
that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
I wish we watched this full movie the other day.
We can finish watching it tonight.
Oh, yeah, we will. But it's like we are.
Michael's like, "Oh, we will."
The movie's just.
Caitlyn, I thought your favorite part would be when they played the Wonder Woman theme and they're redecorating their room.
Yes, it was.
Oh yeah, they're like,
absolutely. When that started happening, I was like smiling so hard. Like the I Dream a Genie thing, and then it breaks out into Wonder Woman. I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah. So, I also like the story that the book from the reading, and like when Chicho was like, "Ba-dum, ba-dum."
And the fact that the entire town was crammed into the window while they're redecorating their room.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, that ain't coming from a small town. That ain't too far from the truth when someone new comes in town. You got all the biddies in town, like, yeah, just spying on them any way they can, making excuses to come over to look at the inside of the house. That kind of crap happens. I cannot stress that enough. That is so very true. Oh my god.
I wouldn't know. I always lived in cities. Actually I lived in Ocala, which is not far from here, but it wasn't that small. It's kind of like not a city, but it's not a town either. But another favorite line of mine when Chichi and Axima are coming out with Vita in the front, and they're like, what was it like? Is there a parade? Your mother's big as a float. No, she goes, why is everybody gawking? Oh, and then Chichi was like, oh, because you're big as a float. And then Axima was like, your mother. And Chichi was like, thank you. That's what it was. I love that. Oh, and if I was your bread, would you be my butter?
I like that one. That one's good.
Another thing you guys may not know is originally they wanted Robin Williams to play Vita. When they approached him, he's like, I'm way too hairy for this.
Yeah.
But he wanted to be a part of it, and so that's how he got the bit part of John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Oh yeah. When people always shout, I hate that.
I love that.
Let me go because we can get or the other one, you speak French, how bye? I love his character. I love the one when they were walking by and Naomi Campbell was like, tell me your secrets.
Oh my god, that's right. She was in it.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Like, tell me how you're so beautiful, or how can I become beautiful? And she was like, oh honey, you wish, or something like that.
That's Jonesboro?
No, this is Grubbs. This is where I grew up. So I know it says Jonesboro because this is for tomorrow night when I'm on with Eric and Sassy. But one of my cousins recently got a drone, and this was the first thing he did with it. He flew it up as hard as he could to get the entire town of Grubbs in one shot. That's where I grew up. And here's the thing. My house ain't even in there because we lived on the outskirts of the tiniest town in Arkansas. Or no, Possum Grove is the tiniest town in Arkansas, but Grubbs is close. But that's where I grew up.
I say that as well. Papa was like, "Oh, I haven't even seen Harky Horror needs to be seen in a theater." Oh no, she
absolutely.
Clarissa's the one hasn't watched or barely has watched Rocky Horror. That's a good movie.
That's another one you gotta watch.
I wouldn't say it's the best one. I feel like it's very punk rock and very grungy, like for those who like those kinds of movie. And I think that's why it's very cult classic because it kind of touches a little bit based on a lot of things that are involved in LGBTQ, but it also involves like the freakiness and like the kookiness of people. So I feel like that's why it touched different kinds of communities. But it's such a good movie because it's nonsense. It's just random. It's fun.
Yeah. I love the one with Laverne Cox.
No, not he likes the one that they did with the remake they did on the NBC Live or whatever it was
a few years ago.
Yeah.
I love it. Laverne Cox is amazing.
Yeah,
I love her. She was my favorite character. I was introduced to her in Orange Is the New Black, and she's the only actress that I kept up with. Halfway. I haven't watched everything she's in because I don't watch anything, but she's one I like to stay up to date on because I just fell in love with her. Hello, Anthony. How's it going?
Hey, Anthony.
But now that we're talking about this, I realized something. I was going to ask it at the beginning, but I forgot. And I know this is going a little bit off subject. But recently, the McDorks had Brandy and I and a few others on for the Pride stream.
Yeah.
And one of the questions asked was, what celebrity did we look up to or anything? Immediately, whenever something of celebrity comes up, Michael, Beyonce. But he was the only one who didn't expand on it. I went back and rewatched it because I wanted some background noise. And that's when I realized, you keep saying Beyonce, but you never expand on to why.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to know why.
I don't know. I just grew up with Beyonce's music, so I've been a very huge fan of her. And I'm a big fan of female empowerment. So
yeah,
that's really why I love Beyonce. I
was just wondering because you were the only one. He said it immediately.
He always said Beyonce. So to me, it's like whatever. It's just him saying Beyonce. Like how Aurelio's always saying everything is
Pietro.
But yeah, Michael likes Beyonce.
Obsessed. We've been to 2 of her concerts.
I mean, I like her music, but I'm not like a super fan like you are. But I was just wondering because you always, anytime anything comes up, what pop do you want? Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Who's your
I
favorite
think
celebrity? Whatever.
When we started saying the Papa-palooza pops, I'm like, okay, where's Beyonce?
Which somebody replied to you.
Oh yeah,
Because you wrote it in a comment. But I feel like for some reason it's weird, and the fact that we are in a gay relationship and yada yada yada. But it's like I look up a lot to women, and I don't
Same.
care. I literally hate misogynists, pricks, and I hate them. I just think that women are a lot better than men. I think that
100%.
women are awesome. I honestly, it's not even the fact it's I just see it from the men's side, and the men's side I don't like men. No, it's just that women, I see them, they're a lot smarter. They think better. They think smartly. They're more strategic, if you want to say. I mean, come on now. Most of the women, and not all of them, again, most women that I hear from, they're always playing games with their relationship. Are you mad? No. Okay. You play games with them, and I know that for a fact because I play games too, and I got that from my mama. I'm not gonna lie. So it's oh, you're walking away, you're not mad. You're supposed to keep on, women play tricks because they know how to test people. They know how to test them, and it's because they're smart. They're very smart, and I feel like their empowerment is always amazing. So people like Beyonce, or people even Britney Spears. I know that Britney Spears is a touchy thing, but I feel like Britney Spears did a lot when she got until recent. She's on that whole control thing, whatever. But in the beginning, she did a lot for herself. You have just even Michelle Obama. Come on now. Michelle Obama, I don't know why she didn't run for president. I feel like she could have done great, but that's nor here.
Right?
Well, she's the most educated first lady in U.S. history.
Yes.
So that, for one thing, that alone would give her a running for my vote. I mean, she's more educated than some of the presidents.
Could have had 16 years with the Obamas.
Yeah, fact.
But it's funny how you put it like that, Christian, because my mind automatically always goes to Wonder Woman. The guy who created Wonder Woman, William Moulton Marston, he was a psychologist, and he was, it was in the 30s and 40s, and he was laughed at for saying that he thought that women were superior to men for the same reasons that you just listed. They were more strategic and they thought stuff out more. So.
Yeah, I think so. Men is just not all men. Again, this is just based on the majority, or at least what I'm used to. Men tend to think, very quick, very straightforward, and just doesn't really think twice about things. Women, I feel like they tend to have those things happen, but they're also one to think about, rethink about what has been done. They get into their heads, and they are more remorseful. I feel like not all, but I feel like they're more sympathetic because they have more emotions, that they kind of use their heart with their brain, not like men who just either uses their brain or their
penis.
Yeah, what he said.
I love you, Michael.
Penis. Well, one thing with that is that men aren't taught to show their emotions the same way that women do.
True.
There's gender roles for both that are unneeded. As soon as a kid is born, my cousin recently had his second child. Last month the kid was born. So newborn, has no personality yet other than sleepy, and fussy. And he's already talking about, as soon as he's able to teach him how to deer hunt and learn how to play sports and, pretty much be just the same tough redneck dude that his father is, without, because I know my cousin, I know his father. There's no way this kid is going to be taught to express his emotions the way that he should be, just because that's not the way my cousin thinks. So, and it's not the way his father thought. So, it happens both ways. We talk about a lot about the gender roles for women, but there's a lot of gender roles for men that are unnecessary and cuts into life. So it's very true that men on average don't key into their emotions, but it's also because they're not usually taught to do so.
Yeah, I agree. I think that not because of my orientation or whatever. But I feel like my emotions, even since I was a kid, I feel like it was very well intact because I was raised with my mother and my sister mostly, and I feel like I got a lot of like that openness and keeping that conversation and always feel what you feel and accept it. But again, there's a lot of those who are raised with people who are very close-minded. Even if there are women, they kind of want their boys to be men and not have those kind of emotions. So I hope that one day, like the majority is like not teaching a kid what gender is. Like I'm not trying to say like not to like let them decide their own gender. What I'm saying is not to say that toys like cars are for boys only and Barbie dolls are only for girls. Like I got emotional because I work at Amazon, and the other day I was looking at a product, and it was a baby doll, and the baby doll had 4 kids on it, and one of them was a boy. So it was showing that boys can use baby dolls as well. It's not just for girls. And I hope that they continue that. And I hope that there's such a thing as a company, whether I don't know if there actually is one. I really have not seen it, but I do hope one gets more marketed and better, well known for the name, but a gender neutral toy brand for all ages, so that it doesn't say that the cars are for boys or use like the cars and put graffiti and graphics and stuff like that that make it more boyish or vice versa. I don't think that they should have like all the normality of or the normal female toys that you will see pink and yellow, like the normal pink, like girl colors. Hopefully they will just make it gender neutral so that kids can decide what they want to play with, because it doesn't really decipher what you're going to become, because I don't think that's true.
I can't remember the name brand. But there was a company that was doing it. It was a baby doll, but it was geared towards boys, so it was kind of like the opposite instead of the traditional.
Chucky?
So no, it was not Chucky. I can't remember the name brand, but it had like baby dolls that were, and they all came with like little outfits, so like firemen, policemen, that kind of stuff. But I've never seen one that was gender neutral, completely marketed that way thus far. Hopefully that will change eventually. We'll see. But
there's some really nice gender neutral dolls these days. And by the way, happy birthday, Anthony.
Yes,
sorry, we've been rambling while they were saying happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Anthony. But anyway, okay, so since Brandy's being quiet, which
isn't that a good thing that I'm sitting here letting you talk?
Aren't there questions? Are there questions for the movie? I thought there was questions.
We didn't do a quiz this time.
No, like questions to ask. I swear I heard you in the beginning saying Brandy begin with the questions.
Well, because Brandy's usually the one that keeps us on track and asks us questions about the movie.
Well, I mean I have more points to bring up, so
go for it.
I mean, I don't know why, but when they go in the salon to have the girls' day, a day with the girls.
A day with the girls.
Did that salon not remind you of Steel Magnolias and Dolly Parton's salon at the end?
What the One Eye Willie scene?
Oh my god, you haven't seen that movie either?
No.
How have you not seen Steel Magnolia? Oh, Lord,
I'm with you, Caitlyn. I've never seen it.
Who are you?
Michael.
Who?
V.
Congratulations.
You've never seen Steel Magnolias either, Michael?
No.
If it wasn't for me, he'd probably be another Caitlyn.
I probably wouldn't have watched To
Wong Fu Thanks for Everything Julie Newmar.
Well, honestly, my ex made me watch a whole bunch of movies. If it wasn't for her, I would never have seen Star Wars.
I would have never watched the horror movies that I've seen.
Yeah.
I was always Disney Channel and sometimes Nickelodeon and MTV.
And that's Michael's mostly like music. Like after, I guess, because what I see is that when he got to the point that he was in high school, he just heard more music and not really watched much movies and TV. So if I'm telling you, if it wasn't for me, I feel like he would have been another Caitlyn.
There's lots of things that should have clued me into who I was going to become. Like, I saw Top Gun when it first came out, and I immediately wanted to be a fighter pilot. Like, what 8 or 9-year-old girl wants to go be a fighter pilot? I wanted to learn how to play volleyball and be a fighter pilot.
How funny.
I can't help it, but I don't know what that is next to you, Brandy, but that looked like a hamster cage. I don't know why.
What?
It's her Easy Bake Oven.
It's the Easy Bake Oven from last night.
That nearly killed her with food poisoning.
I'm still not right today. We won't even go there.
Ooh. Well then. Hey, Sad Bones.
Hey, Sad Bones.
Just to let everyone know, I know that people are sending us messages. I just want to make it very clear. We're not really disappearing. We're just taking a little bit of like,
We're here.
we're a little bit of live hiatus of our own personal channel. We're probably going to do random ones. We're still posting videos, just not as frequent. And we're still going to be on Instagram. We're just not making that part of our lives as a priority. Trying to like get my shit together. See, like, look at this. Look at this face. I got my hair did again. I dyed it. I did my eyebrows. I shaved. I look healthier, I think.
I look the same.
Who are you?
I think it's something that it's becoming more prevalent. I mean, it's like every single day now I hear someone saying, yeah, I'm really going to back off doing the Funko lives, and, or, you know, I'm pulling away from the collecting stuff and I'm branching out to something else. And, you know, I did that. You know, I went to the Geek Meets Eats thing and, you know, doing my food thing because that's something I'm passionate about. I can still bring this stuff into it, but it's not being a focus of my life.
Yeah, I liked how you said it last night.
What?
She said you said last night, you know, I'm not a Funko Pop channel. Meanwhile, look at her background. There's about 15 million behind her.
Get a green screen, cover that up. You can be anywhere you want. Be in Italy. But like, it comes with us. It's just that we feel like we were just doing a lot of support. And I'm not one to be like, oh, I'm not getting the support. It's just, I know that there's a lot of channels, and then people who are viewers are also becoming content creators.
Yep.
So not that I'm obligated to, but I feel like I should always support people, especially those who support us. But I also like watching a lot of people as well. It's not that I need to watch them because if they don't, like, they won't watch me. No, I actually do enjoy watching a lot of people. But the problem with that is that since I moved to here in Orlando, I got into my head. There's a lot of things that are going on. I gained a lot more weight. I've not really had time to like get myself situated, and I barely have explored Orlando because I realized every single time it was just like, we have to be at home watching this person live. We have to get home to prep for our live. We have to be home to, you know, do this and that and yada yada yada.
There was never time to enjoy us.
Hey, Sass.
Hi. So I just felt like, you know what, I'm gonna pull the plug, and the only continuous weekly live that we're gonna be on is on Geeking Out with Melly Mo, because it's a Sunday mornings. It doesn't interfere with anything we have, and it's not on our channel ever. It's always on her channel, and we're literally just on the ride, just like how we're doing right now. We're just there, participating in it. So, but we are gonna still continue doing random ones, but just to let everyone know, we're not disappearing.
Also, you know, Christian was talking to me about before, you know, they announced it. But y'all were doing live so freaking much. I mean, you had Sunday, Monday. Sometimes you were on with Juliana on Fridays. You were doing your Sunday thing. I mean, these guys are going to burn themselves out. So when you told me you were taking a step back, I was kind of relieved for you. To be honest.
I was having fun. I really was having fun, but I just started realizing.
But you can't let it take.
Yeah,
over.
I just started realizing like
Adriana.
A declination, like, from our view counts. Like, we used to have a good amount of people, and then they started declining, and then I felt like I'm pushing so much effort for a thing that's not necessary, and it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm doing it for nobody. No, I love the people who do come. What I mean was, I felt like I was just overdoing it to the point that I didn't think that people were. I didn't want to obligate people. I feel like people were getting tired of like us going live. So I was like, I don't want people feel obligated to the point that they're tired of us. That's why probably they're not watching it. And there's so many people going live, which I'd rather let their attention just go to them. Those people who love doing lives. And I'm here questioning myself. Do I want to do it because I having fun, or do I want to do it because I feel obligated to do a live every single week? And as much as fun it was, I just feel like we needed to like take a step back. And we're going to come back. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I feel like the summer is a good time just to call it quits, because I'm going to Texas for 3 weeks. So by the end of August, I'm going to come back. So probably September, we'll start doing lives again and probably change it up. But hi, everybody. Angie.
Yeah, Robert just came in. Angie just came in. I will say I've heard it from more and more, like some people that haven't announced it, and I'm going to let them do their own announcement. But I've talked to people, and there's more and more, and I think it's because also life is opening up. I mean, last year, pretty much doing these types of things was all we had of like that social interaction. So you didn't feel like you were like sitting inside 4 walls and like dying.
which
Start
I
becoming a job
which I
site.
feel like it helped me cope with that. And
Yeah, absolutely.
there's just a lot of things that were going on with everybody. I feel like everybody had the opportunity to meet each other, which I don't take anything like oh, it was a waste of time. No, I know there's some people who like get mad and then leave YouTube. There's a bunch of people who do that. So I'm not gonna be like.
You didn't
No,
leave,
but you have a
just
different
switched.
reason. What I'm discussing means like people are like at this community, you know, you guys are not watching me. Like I can name a handful of people and I can name drop because I really don't give two drops. But if anybody remember Jayla Pops, like that's what I mean. Like people who quit because they're not getting the attention. I'm not saying that's us. What I'm saying is that I feel like when you need some time to yourself, you do whatever. Brandy, you're a different story. You're not in that category. There's a lot of things are going on, but point is, I feel like everybody had a time with the COVID, and we all found each other doing lives. So I really, really appreciate it. Love lives, but mental health.
Not life. Lives are not life. You still have
Exactly.
to be able to have a life.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I literally we went to Universal. Perfect day, let me tell you.
Perfect.
It's been raining ever since last week Sunday, I think,
Yeah.
and even rained to today. The only time it didn't rain was Monday. Monday it did not rain all day, and I was at Universal all day. Didn't have to worry about watching a live. Didn't have to worry about going on a live, and I felt such a weight lifted off our shoulders. But yeah, pay
That's
attention.
like what, Bobber.
Getting an
Too late, Bob.
You know, but that same weight is how I felt. Not because I loved doing CTV with Troy. I mean, Troy and I got along great. I love that guy
Troy's
to death.
awesome.
And I really do hope that he comes back someday and we can revive it in some way because I like doing that with him. But Geek Meets Eats for me was finally, I was doing something on my own. I didn't have to worry about a co-host and you know, like talking to them. It wasn't all about where I had to worry about what Funko Pops are coming out, what drops are coming out, what cons are coming out. Like I can take this channel in so many directions, and it's something I've loved since I was a kid. So this is, and
You can tell
I
from
feel
the
like I'm
oven right
showing
next
much
to
more
it.
passion doing this show than I did the other ones.
What I want to do, and I was going to discuss it with Michael, but I might as well just go ahead and discuss with everybody because it's technically like an open invite
Like, what the hell?
to everybody. I want to do a live where every period, like a time period, I don't know if every month or every quarter or whatever, but I would like to do a live with different people. I don't want to tie down to a certain person because then there's like commitment issues and then there's like obligations to that person, like, and like you're saying, like you wanted to do something with Troy again, but like at the same time, that's how I feel. I don't want to like give an obligation and then something happens, I don't feel like I want to continue it on. So I love to do like that 1 month we share our segments with a certain channel, and then the following month we switch it up with somebody else and then continue on with that. And that's the kind of a plan that we have for the future, so that we can have like this chemistry and share that instead of always inviting a guest, always changing it up every single month and change up the live. Doesn't have to be like a quiz or a certain theme. It can be whatever, but that's just something in the works.
Well, CTV, if it comes back, which I hope that it does, it wouldn't be an every week thing. It would be him and I, like when we want to, kind of a thing. Because he's got kids and a life and everything else, and you know I've got a life outside of this, and more, which I called this back in. Shut up. More and more.
Do it like a season. Do it like a season. You come back for one season, a certain amount of episodes, like 9 episodes or 13, like Netflix, and then just
right off into the sunset again.
Go on break and then come back with a new season.
That would be cool.
Season 2, season 3. Like that should be something that you should do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you have people behind the idea already.
Thank you so much. Yes, Queen.
Caitlyn, it's still super hard for me to choke down about Kylock and you guys not doing Homespun Happy Hour. Like I still.
How do you think I feel about it?
How do you think I feel about it? We were invited to the last show and it got canceled. And you know how I found out through the story? I'm like, he didn't even write me and tell me, hey, you're not gonna be on the live with us. I'm like, thanks.
Well, he didn't. To my knowledge, he didn't even tell the other co-hosts. Like, I think he told me and Fritzy beforehand, before that post went out. I'm not sure. Maybe Sassy can confirm that. Hey, Fritz.
Speaking of Fritzy, say his name.
Hola.
You conjured him.
Yeah, I haven't been to Dollywood either.
Always like him in Hollywood before Hollywood.
Yeah, I feel like I love doing YouTube and I love doing the whole thing. I just feel like when you focus way too much on it, it's not that you lose the passion. I feel like you lose yourself. So I'm like trying to get back to where I want to be, and then make YouTube again a secondary, like a hobby, not a priority, like I was before. But I love doing collecting and YouTube and yada yada yada. I just feel like we reached 1,000. That was our goal. Once we reached that 1,000, it was like I started really just thinking about everything, like going into details. And I don't know if people notice it, but I did when I was editing videos. I think I just wasn't completely happy and 100% in it. So it's like, if I'm not, I don't want to like post videos of me looking miserable. So it's like I literally have bitch resting face. I just don't want it to come off even worse because I just feel like I'm being obligated to do it. But we are not going anywhere. I'm gonna repeat it again. I was telling this to Caitlyn before. I'm gonna say it. We're not going anywhere.
So turn on your notifications.
Yes.
So okay,
Don't drop their link again.
Bringing it back to the movie again. So if you had to pick a character from the movie, who do you most identify with? We'll start
Chi-Chi.
with Christian.
You do not identify as Chi-Chi.
Oh, what's the name?
Vita?
Yeah. No.
I will give okay, the girl, what's her name from Greece? I can't remember her real name.
Stalker Channing.
Her. I feel like that's more Michael. I feel like I want to say Chi-Chi, but I feel like I'm more of a Noxema. I'm very.
So you saying you beat Michael?
No, I said like he's her. I am a different person. I am not the husband. I just feel like Michael's the kind of person that's very fun and very joyful to be around with, but he doesn't really speak his mind. And then I am more like Noxema, who just like very straight, blunt, forward, and tell you how it is.
True story, Fritzy.
Yeah.
Caitlyn, who do you think would be?
I know Brandy's trying to bring it back to the movie, but yeah.
I completely agree with him.
And Bobbert and Sassy don't feel bad about it. Fritzy and I have been his two best friends in this community since pretty much day one, so that's the only reason why we got the heads up and y'all didn't. But
he will sign up for the newsletter.
Pretty much. I don't know who I would identify with, honestly. I mean, even though she was I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Dum-dum.
I mean, it'd probably be one of the townspeople because I'm from there. But I'm boring as all hell. But I don't know. Thanks for coming, Adriana. I don't know. I really don't.
I feel like.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go. Ladies first.
I was gonna say. Well, then you go first.
Then I go first. What y'all talking about?
Who am I in the movie? Who would I be?
Oh shoot! I feel like it is one of the townspeople. I just don't know the name.
One of the what?
Townspeople. Did you eat something?
Yeah.
What did you eat?
I tried the soup.
Oh god, it was so good.
Again, the movies are I can't remember.
I don't know. I really don't know who you would be.
I think she'd be the angry lady that stomps through town. And she's just like, and she's like, "Hi, somebody," and then she goes, "Hi."
Oh my god!
I'm only mean to people who I really care about,
Like me.
So yeah, exactly.
No, I mean,
The one night that said that daddy called her baby ugly.
I could see you being the Blythe Danner's character. So she's like the creative one. She's working on the signs for the Strawberry Social. So we have the Strawberry Social. It's the biggest thing around these parts. We make strawberry pies, and then we get together and we eat the pies, and then we go home. You need a theme. A theme? What do strawberries say?
I didn't even help out with the signs during homecoming.
After talking about in the car, grease lightning in the toilet. Awesome. Thank you, Fritzy.
That's
after awesome. Easy Bake Oven 8-year-old cake. I'm also grease lightning.
What else? Like
you should have seen that coming.
Oh, what about RuPaul?
Yes.
Down with the confetti, the Confederate flag.
Yes, when a black drag queen came out in a 90s movie with a Confederate flag dress, the smile on my face I freaking loved it.
And then the line goes, I don't know who he is, but if there's a snowstorm tonight, he's going on my tires because he's wearing all the chains and stuff. So I'm like,
Right.
oh my god.
That was a good line.
And then he like beefs up his chest muscles and looks up like.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But her name was also Rachel Tension, like racial tension.
Yeah.
Rachel Tension. Now, and you guys might know this better than me because I don't know all of them. It's my understanding there were other more like some famous drag queens also as part of the contest in the beginning. Is that true?
Yes, I don't remember exactly who, but I
saw
think
Lady
especially,
Bunny.
yeah, Lady Bunny was in the beginning.
But not in the audience. I'm not in the stage. She was
No, it was the
on
audience.
the audience.
And then I don't know, like the host of the red hair. I think she was also, but I'm not so quite familiar about the rest of them, nor did I go into details of it. But I do know that Lady Bunny was there and RuPaul. That's all I'm aware of. And RuPaul to me was the only drag queen as I grew up, so I really wasn't familiarized as growing up. That was the only drag queen that I really, really for sure knew until I got to Lady Bunny. And so
I knew nothing about RuPaul until I met Christian.
That's so sad.
Can I admit something oblivious?
What's up?
What?
Always.
I did not know for the longest time that RuPaul was a drag queen. I just liked her music. I thought it was great. And it wasn't until someone like, that that's a drag queen, right? I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, he pulled it off very good. The reason why I really know that it was I think it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. RuPaul was Will's friend back from home and came to visit him, and then there was a scene that he runs into her like as you know the dress RuPaul and like so on and so forth, and was like kind of like talking, not knowing that was his friend. And then his friend came on and told, I think it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm gonna go with that. But I think it was like one of the most like iconic things that I remember, even though I don't remember what show it was. I really do think it's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm gonna look it up, but I love that. That's how I knew that was a guy.
Sadbone has never seen RuPaul. Well, if you get Paramount Plus, Christian, let's get out. Paramount, they have a free month right now, right? Trial.
Free month for one trial when you sign up.
You have to watch RuPaul. It will change your life.
I saw a lot of drag queens at local 1-4 mile track. They don't like losing to my scooter.
Oh,
God. Hey Jay Lee, it was my parents who explained about RuPaul. But yeah, RuPaul's Drag Race is one of the best shows.
Yes.
There's a lot of controversy about behind the scenes, especially with RuPaul, of how the contract goes, of how much money that RuPaul gets from, for example, like there's a competition part at the end of each season that they come up with the song to perform. RuPaul's the one that gets the money from it, even though that they're the ones that are putting the lyrics and their vocals on there.
Like college.
Hey, Tats.
Basically.
Hey, Tats.
Hey, Tats. So there's a lot of things, but the show itself, love it. It's very cool, very creative, very funny. There's a lot of drag queens that you get to meet on there, and you get to follow them. And I feel like RuPaul's show itself made a lot more of not only drag queens to be more accepted, but also the community.
Yeah.
So
you weren't the only one, Brandy.
Seth Rogen.
Who?
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
The one that who Seth Rogen is from.
Yeah.
Knocked Up. He went on to confess that when he was a kid, he would do the dirty in the bathroom to RuPaul.
Good man.
Did not know that RuPaul was a man.
It's a man.
I think for me, as far as I know, RuPaul and Laverne Cox are two of the most feminine drag queens I've ever seen. I mean, Laverne Cox again. I obviously I was more educated by the time Orange Is the New Black came out, but I had no idea until someone told me, or I read an article or something about it. No clue. I do like the other part of the education of this movie, though. There's the scene when they're right before the car breaks down, when he says, when a gay man dresses in something, when a gay man has the operation, he is a transsexual. When a man dresses up in ladies' clothing just to get his kicks, that is a transvestite. When a man has way too much fashion sense for either gender, he is a drag queen. I kind of learned what all those words were. Again, not because my parents sheltered me or anything, but it was kind of a good way to put it, where it didn't put it in such a "you're a freak" type of a way.
Yeah, I was gonna correct her eventually when she stopped rambling. Pop Harbor, she's not a queen. She's
yes, there we go. Transgender.
But yeah, I understand what you mean. Even though those terms aren't necessarily again, we're talking about the 90s, aren't necessarily appropriate as much anymore. It was, and you know, a lot of people use the excuse like, oh, it's too much. It's too hard to explain something like that to people. You know, it's too hard. And when they've summed it up in literally like 5 seconds, it's not that hard to explain the basics of this stuff. You know, it absolutely is not. But unfortunately, a lot of people just don't bother to educate themselves or others on LGBTQ terms, or even, you know, just the diversity that's in it. Hello, Mel.
Hey, Mel.
Hi, Mel.
But yeah, I feel like as well, like this movie just has a lot of things going on. Acceptance, and there's interracial and as well diversity. You got big city and small city. You got different ages. You got different storylines that were involved. Now, it was just not about the drag queens, but it was also the town itself had different storylines that was going on that nobody knew about. Like how, I don't know her name. I'm sorry, Clara. Is her name the little lady?
Clara.
She was going through a lot from her husband. You have the interracial couple that they really weren't really talking to each other in that romantic way because they were like timid they were very shy and so on and so forth. You had the abusive relationship. You had the guy with the stutter. Like there was just so much going on with it.
Yeah.
And he learned by reading that book, you know, like he got confidence in himself and he stopped stuttering.
Yeah. It was just it was so much. I feel like this is one of the best movies. Like if you haven't watched it, just watch it.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day will remake it. But
I want them to remake it.
But like don't mess it up. Like just do a good job out of it.
Don't mess it up.
I just feel like they should just remake it to make it more modern. But I don't want them to like mess up making it like, you know what I'm talking about, like straight to Netflix or something like that.
No. Yeah.
No. Oh my god, iCarly.
iCarly is so good.
The new version? I haven't watched it.
It's a grown-up conversation.
It's like grown up, like not Nickelodeon type show.
Yeah, they've mentioned sex.
Good.
They have said the word bitch like 2 or 3 times already.
We saw booty.
We saw side booty.
See, I'm on the fence because I loved that show when it came on. I watched every episode. Every time the new episode came out, I was there watching it. But my favorite character was Sam. So I was like, I really am gonna miss, because I know she like absolutely hates that character now. Jeanette McCurdy, she absolutely hates the character as Sam. Also, I don't have Paramount, but
1 month for free.
I need to sign up and give it a shot because I've heard nothing but good things about it.
It's very funny, and it's very I feel like what Lizzie McGuire was trying to do was what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Like how Lizzie McGuire, like Hilary Duff wanted to make sure, but not take away from what it originated from, is what iCarly has done. It's like you're surprised, but at the same time you like realize like you're kind of the same age, or at least roughly where she's at. So it's like kind of cool. What's she doing?
And it's so relatable.
I think one of her family members or something probably. But yeah, I used to love that show, and I've heard about Lizzie McGuire about how you're still muted.
Because I had to cough. Did you want to hear me clear my throat?
Well, you turned on your mic and then immediately switched it off. But
Ricky said the show was never good.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, all he watches is wrestling. So
we don't want Steven's reboot. Nobody wants to be
correct out.
I hate Shia LaBeouf.
Well, I would like to see Kim Possible.
I don't want to say hate. I didn't really this much like Shia LaBeouf. Don't like that guy.
I'm really sad about Lizzie McGuire.
Okay, yeah. What does sad means? Oh my god, did you see Queen Latifah at the BET Awards? She's been an idol of mine for years. What did I miss?
I don't know.
I did not see her. No,
No, we haven't been watching.
we missed the BET Awards. It was yesterday, I think. Yeah,
I
yesterday.
usually don't watch award shows.
Oh no,
I
love
just
watching
get the
them.
highlight videos afterwards.
Michael loves them all. I don't.
Love them.
I don't like the only ones that I like to watch are the MTV ones, the movie and the music awards, and that's it.
Those are my sports.
That's the only.
I like to guess who's gonna win.
Yeah, but it's not as big as it used to be. They kind of, I feel like they kind of rush it, and it's all about talk, like more of like the gimmick. Back then, they used to have like segments. Like, I love the one Sarah Michelle Gellar was playing, like Mary MJ from Spider-Man, and Jack Black was Spider-Man. Like that MTV Movie Awards. Like, I love that one, but they don't make them like that anymore.
She's out and proud, her wife and child. Wasn't Queen Latifah already out?
No.
I thought she was
Really?
I don't think she was. I think it was always a question. I did not know.
Yeah, I thought she was out too, so that's cool.
I thought she did come out, but when I always read into it, it was like never a for sure thing. Like, she never really stated that she was. So,
Okay, so I won tickets to Lilith Fair when I was like 22, 23.
I don't know why
Queen Latifah was there. And so I don't know if that's why I kind of assumed, because that's supposed to be like a very lesbian forward music festival at the time. It was Liz Phair, Sarah McLachlan, Queen Latifah, somebody else at the time.
An angel. I'm sorry, you said Sarah McLachlan. That's all I think about.
Oh, give it about 30 seconds. My dog's gonna be in my lap. Here comes the thunder again. It's okay. It's okay.
Did they do a small Even Stevens reunion with Christy, aka Kim Possible's voice actors? Cat Channel back in 2019. What came first, chicken or the egg?
The egg.
Oh yeah, she officially came out that day.
Wow. I don't know why it took her so long. I thought she was ever since I watched the movie Set It Up. Let me guess, Caitlyn. Never seen it?
What?
Set It Up?
Never heard of it.
You've seen it. The four girls, Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Set It Off, yeah.
Vivian Fox. All of them. They rob banks. It's a really good movie.
So
Set It Off. Was it Set It Off? That's what I said.
Set It Off, yeah.
Whatever. I don't remember.
Okay, another fun fact about the movie that we're supposed to be discussing.
Cool.
So Wong Fu was an actual person. So he was the head bartender at a restaurant in New York City, and that restaurant was known for having those shots of stars and headshots of celebrities on the walls. They used a different building for the scenes when they were at the restaurant in the beginning, and this place had a whole dance floor in the middle of it, and so there was very little set decoration that needed to be done to complete that scene. But that picture had been seen by either the director or the writer of the movie, and so that's where the inspiration was. But Wong Fu was an actual human being. It wasn't like that was like pulled out of the air somewhere.
So they just like grabbed this picture off the wall and was like, "This will work. Let's use this." Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it gave us a good movie.
Look at the Funko Pop family with all this classic questions. Yes.
I know. I feel like when people that question, people like, you can't really hear the sound. I'm like, a sound it still makes a sound. It's a sound wave. It still bounces off things. I feel like you hear a sound, but a sound is not a definition of what you hear. A sound is what it makes.
And for the chicken and the egg question, eggs came first because dinosaurs came from eggs, fish came from eggs, birds came from eggs, long before the chicken was evolved. Or
now, question is,
but how did the chicken
made that egg? Though?
Exactly. Yes, we were in sync.
All right, here's another fun little fact for you. Before filming the scene in which Sheriff Dollard, Chris Penn, pulls the car over at the roadside, which we talked about earlier, get your hand off my dick, buddy. Mm-hmm. Patrick Swayze secretly placed a corn cob down the front of his underwear. Penn's expression of shock upon putting his hand up Swayze's dress was not faked.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
See, I would have laughed more at that scene if I had known that. That's funny.
Wow. If a YouTuber pulls a box with slight damage, will they complain about it?
Depends on the YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'll mention it, but I won't bitch about it. But yeah,
let's see.
That's very funny.
Dogs are crying. because they heard a clap, so they're like they want to come over here now.
They're on a schedule.
Okay, I knew there was names of other queens. So the drag queens in the 2 pageant scenes are actual drag performers. Besides RuPaul, other well-known queens featured were Lady Bunny, Candace Kane, Coco Peru, Hedda Lettuce, and Lady Kateria.
Never heard any of them except the first one.
Except Lady Bunny.
Yeah, that's it. That's about it. I can't think of anything clever to say to that one. What did I say?
You talking about the corn cob thing?
No, I can't think of anything clever to say to that one. I don't know what I said. If a YouTuber, well, I don't know. Oh, who laid the egg? That's probably what it is. How much of the woodchuck could a woodchuck chuck with? 700 times, according to Google. Look it up. 700 times. I already had this question asked by Will Be Poppin' the other day.
They're teaming up.
4 squares. Okay. Several characters' names are taken from classic literature. Virgil and Beatrice appear in Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy, while Billy Budd and Crazy Elijah appeared in Herman Melville's works Billy Budd and Moby Dick, respectively.
She's got Wikipedia up on her phone and she's just going through the tabs.
IMDb.
Internet Movie Database.
Mm-hmm.
What he said.
I never knew what it stood for.
Now you know.
I'm not I mean, the only time I ever use that site, I'm like, what is this character's name? That's when I look it up on that.
Oh my God, Robert. I don't know what to call him anymore. Head of lettuce is on sale right now, half off. A woodchuck could chuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Wait, a woodchuck could chuck as much wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood. If Peter Piper picked the Pickle Pickle Pepper, where the Pickle Pickle Pepper Peter Piper picked?
Yeah, that.
2 watchers are watching 2 witches. Which was to watch?
Okay, someone's been practicing this stuff.
When I was young, I used to do it all the time. I used to talk really fast, so I practiced like that.
I'll ask a question because I always find this. It's one of the questions that I sometimes ask myself after watching a movie. What scene do you think?
Very often.
True. What scene do you think should have been expanded upon, and which scene do you think could have been cut without anything, majorly taken away from the movie?
I feel like the lady with the alcohol problem, the one that we're calling Baby Ugly, I feel like they should have gone more in details of her storyline. I don't think they really touched more. We already know that the guy with the stutter had issues because he wasn't confident. There was the interracial couple of them being very shy, and then the abusive relationship, and then Bobby Lee and Bobby Ray, and yada yada yada. I feel like with her, I feel like she was one of the characters in there that they didn't really go in deep. I know they mentioned it as she had father issues, but they didn't really like show her on her side or her home or her circumstance. They just showed her going from being like that to being more open and talkative to doing the makeover and becoming friendly with everyone. They really didn't get more into her storyline. And what could have been cut, I don't think you can really cut anything. I liked every single thing that happened. There's actually some scenes that were cut. If you look at the deleted scenes from
there's always scenes that
no, but there's like certain ones I feel like they should have put in there. I don't know, but cutting wise, possibly if anything, cutting would have been the assault. I feel like that was unnecessary, especially the fact the way they ended it in the end of the movie of them not being very much like I guess the villains, or even having them bring press charges or take it to jail for what they were attempting to do. It just didn't fit into the storyline. I didn't really see how you go from one to there. Like if somebody's gonna sexually assault me, I'm not gonna be friends with them. That's something that's a little. It was too touchy, and especially in these days. But even back then, I felt like it was just too weird.
But Noxzema does get a hold of his pecker and drag him over to apologize for how he was acting. Not for that particular part of it, but
exactly.
But at least basically was like, I can take your manhood off with these fingernails that I have on, so you better start straightening up. And so I agree with you. I think they could have taken that whole almost gang rape scene out and done something else as it is expanded, because these women were part of the group and did these makeovers, all had makeovers for different reasons. One lady hadn't gotten laid in 7 years,
Yeah.
And so I think they should have expanded on those characters that they were bringing in to do these makeover sessions and do that. They expanded on the little old lady a little bit about her husband and, the movie thing and all the stuff she had in her house and all that. But they really didn't do much. I think they should have developed those characters more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree as well. The townspeople needed to be more expanded upon, especially certain ones. Like, again, the interracial relationship, I think, could have used at least a little bit more time in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Again, don't make it the major thing about the movie, but just, put it there.
I feel like their startup of their romantic relationship should have gone more deeper than just like, oh, she has a crush on him. Oh, and he has a crush on her. Like, it should have been more flirtatious. Should have been a little bit more shown how they, like, at the end. Like, I feel like they were just like teasing us with it and didn't really want to go in details in it because they didn't want to make it as a main focal point. But I feel like they could have gone a little bit more foreshadowing what was going to happen at the end of the movie of them too.
Yeah, I mean, Chi-Chi goes from being the Chi-Chi that we saw for 9/10 of the movie to all of a sudden this stunning person at the end who's getting crowned. But how did you get that? How did you get there? Like, what changed between the time you left that town and the time of the pageant that got you there? They lost an opportunity there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I don't think she should have been crowned. I honestly don't think. I felt like they could have done like years from now.
Yeah.
Like they could have done like 4 years later of her performing at a certain other drag show. I don't think you can really.
That would have made more sense. Yeah.
That would have made more sense. Her working after doing this trip, it changed her life. It changed her confidence, and it changed her thought of herself, of how she needs to carry herself, and she became this very beautiful drag queen that knew what she wanted and knew what she needed to do, and that's how she won the crown. But for her, like going from a 3-day trip, getting there, and she changed. Please, the dogs, they're crying still.
Is Michael the dog?
If I were to leave, he doesn't. I always say, if I go, would you want to do it? He always tells me no, because then he stays quiet. So that's why ever since then, every single time I ask him, I'm going to go, he says no. I even asked him like 2 weeks ago on a live, and he's like, no, you stay. So
he needs to get used to it. Isn't he going to be doing it with Mel in August?
Yep. And he talks. He just, I don't know why, with certain like conversations, he doesn't know what to say. He usually likes to talk about music and like pop culture. Like he doesn't really go into like right now, he doesn't remember the movie. Which that's why I wanted to watch the movie with him, so that he remembered it. But we only watched like literally like probably 1/3 of it.
Well, I'm with him. Have you ever noticed how usually quiet I am during the movie night? Because everyone's talking about all their movie preferences, and I'm just like,
Hashtag no comment.
You, and I just threw a tape ball at the screen, you're never quiet, especially when you're in the chats. You're way more talkative in the chats than you are.
Oh yeah, I am. Because I have time to think about what I'm going to say when I'm typing it.
Oh, you actually plan all of those zingers at me out?
No, most of them they come right to me, but sometimes I have to like edit myself.
Another movie. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, face of a kindergarten teacher, mouth of a trucker.
Thank you.
Pretty much. Now, mouth of a farmer. I have my grandfather's sense of humor, but it all came from him.
I was gonna be very dirty. I was like, no, let me stop myself.
I don't care.
I was gonna say mouth of a glory hole, but I was like, no, that's just too much. Another movie that I feel like everybody should watch is one of my classic favorites of when I was younger. Is A Bronx Tale. That has Robert De Niro. It goes more in details of an Italian family who's growing up in New York, and as well deals with as well Black and in that community, as well going into details of gang, and it's just a very nice storyline. I really like it, and it goes into, I like the music, I like everything about it, how the movie ends, and so on and so forth. I feel like that's a very beautiful story, a little tragic, but it's a very beautiful story. It's better than Romeo and Juliet, I think. but it doesn't go so much in the love romance. There is romance in it, but that's not the main focal point. The focal point is how this one Italian boy becomes his own as a man, having his own thoughts and not relying on what other people think and what other people do. Never heard of that.
Pop Harbor, it's easier to ask her what she has seen. It's a shorter list.
Yeah, it really has. You know what? I was going through Disney Plus last night, and I was looking through shows because I want something like I can watch like an episode or two of before I go to bed at night. And I learned that one of my absolute favorite animated movie has a TV series, and I had no idea. There's a Hercules animated series, and I had no freaking clue about it. So that's what I'm going to be watching like as soon as I get off of here.
What's it called?
So, what?
What'd you say? What's it called?
Hercules.
For some reason, the whole thing, like blanked out on Hercules. I'm like, what the heck is Hercules?
No, Hercules.
Do you know? Okay, I'm sure you've seen. What was that? You're flashing around. What's the movie with Eddie Murphy where he plays pretty much his entire family? And the mom goes, Hercules.
Yeah, Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor. She'd never seen that either, and so I was like making like phrases off of that, like the whole when she said something about Hercules, and I did that. I go, Hercules. I'm gonna talk this between the crack of your ass, and she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm like, you're so missing a good laugh right now.
That movie's really good. I liked part 1 better than part 2. Mm-hmm. There were some scenes in part 2 that was kind of funny, but I just feel like part 2 was very unnecessary. I think that's when they also had Janet Jackson part of it.
Yeah,
it was very not necessary.
Jada Pinkett was
yes, she was a
character to have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another
Eddie Murphy movies that I have seen. The only two that are coming to mind are Haunted Mansion and Daddy Daycare.
Which both of those did not really showcase his character and his acting skills, because I feel like Haunted Mansion maybe it was more targeted family and didn't like it that much. But with Daddy Daycare, I don't know. I don't remember that very well, so I can't really speak on that.
I remember it. I used to watch it all the time as a kid.
Beverly Hills Cop. That's one of that's a great Eddie Murphy movie.
No, Jay Lee, the animated series from Disney. It's a Disney. I know which one you're talking about, but it's an animated series by Disney.
Oh, Jay Lee, you're cute. You thought she's gonna watch that?
I've seen Xena. I haven't seen Hercules.
Shocking.
I'll be honest.
There is an animated version of them too. So yeah, is that what you're talking about?
What?
Are you talking about Hercules and Xena, the animated movie?
No, I'm talking. Well, yeah, I know that there was that too, but no, I'm talking about the Disney animated movie of Hercules.
Oh, okay.
It has a series that.
Yes, it did. There's actually a lot of movies I feel like people don't really know that they've been to, like an animated series from a movie. I don't remember them right now. So
Little Mermaid, Buzz Lightyear, Star Command.
Yes, that was a really good one.
Legend of Tarzan, 101 Dalmatians. What?
Trying to like updo me.
I've never seen Coming to America either.
I did. It's a good movie.
The royal penis is clean.
I love that.
Did you see have you ever seen The Golden Child?
No.
Eddie Murphy.
Golden Collectibles? Yeah, I've seen him.
Want the knife. You won't get it. That's a cute movie. I mean, it's definitely not one of his better movies, but that one, like, there's some good points in this, in that movie of Eddie Murphy stuff. I don't know how we got into Eddie Murphy. I'm not really sure. Okay, so I got another. You said if they remade it, and you were actually using drag queen. So if there were straight actors, who would you cast in being recast in this? So it's 1995, but you could use any straight male actor from now all the way back to then. Who would you put in those roles?
Caitlyn, go first.
What? I have no freaking clue. I don't keep up with enough celebrities. The first person that came to mind would not fit the bill at all when I started thinking more of it. But then again, I guess Patrick Swayze really didn't either when you think about it. So, I don't know. Brandy, you go first.
I would love to see Brad Pitt as Vita. I think that would be he's older now. He's the more mature.
He's
But
seasoned.
He's seasoned, yes, and he seems like he could carry off the motherly aspect of everything, kind of the boss aspect of everything.
I feel like if it was for Vita, wow, thinking of cheese, Vita, I feel like that could have been, I don't know his name, but the main actor from the what do you call that? The remake. That's not really a remake because it kind of in the window, but the X-Men movie, the one that played also in Split.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
I don't know his name.
Hang on.
This guy.
Yeah. You think him is Vita?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he can play. He could be comical, and when in the movie Split, he did show that he can change his persona very easily, very good. One of his personas in the movie Split, he was a woman.
I agree with Bobbert. I think Kevin Hart would make a great Noxzema.
Yeah.
I think that would be hilarious.
No.
Probably not Zac Efron, just because I just don't really like Zac Efron.
Oh,
I don't think Zac Efron can pull it.
No.
But then again, you never know.
Zac
James
Efron is
Franco, no. Not that I think he can do it. I feel like James Franco is way too much involved in movies like that, game movies.
So what are we talking about?
What straight actors you would want if they were to cast straight actors? What actors would you like cast in the movie?
Gotcha.
In today's days.
So I suggested Brad Pitt as Vito.
I get your Brad Pitt. The first person that came to mind was honestly Ryan Reynolds, and one, I love him.
Ooh.
And I don't know, like, part of me really sees him as Deadpool now, but I know, obviously he's done so much more than that. But, he could probably pull off Rita.
So interesting idea there. What if you cast him with what's his name that played Wolverine? Because you know how they play off of each other all the time and they do all the kinds of stuff back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds.
That'd be fun.
Ooh, that's good.
I feel like as well, Leonardo DiCaprio could do a good job.
Oh yeah.
Really?
He has such a feminine figure as well. Ooh.
I know, but I feel like he's so like. I feel like deep down that he's not very accepting. Like that's the vibe I get off of him. He dates like girls that are 30 years younger than he is. I mean, do what you're gonna do, but they're at least legal. But like, kind of act your age, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that plays Flash.
Jared Leto, Clarissa said.
Grant.
The guy that plays Flash.
No. Grant Gust, The Flash,
Mm-hmm.
CW.
Yes.
He's not funny.
You never know.
No, I do know. We're talking about people who can actually portray very well. John Leguizamo was one of those people that he was just naturally funny. I think that for that kind of role, you have to pick someone who's naturally funny, not given us a script.
So why not Kevin Hart?
I feel like no, but Kevin Hart was, you said Noxzema. You didn't say.
Yeah, so why? But you said no, and
I don't like Kevin Hart's like comedy. It's like always the same thing. I feel like a lot of comedian actors tend to act the same way. I like those who are very easy to change, show vulnerability. I feel like Kevin Hart in every single movie, it's just Kevin Hart.
Plays that same.
Yeah, just like how Vince Vaughn is Vince Vaughn in every movie. Will Ferrell's Will Ferrell in every movie. I feel like in this movie, I feel like if they were to do that, they would have to pick someone who can show dimension. I just don't see Kevin Hart doing well with that. That's why like Leonardo DiCaprio, like any kind of like script or any kind of character, he always kind of changes it up a little bit. I just feel like if you're gonna play someone, especially Noxzema's funny, but she also has attitude. So if they were trying to cast someone, at least not the fact that it's identical, but given that body, the inspiration, like that persona, I feel like they went to cast someone who shows different vulnerabilities and levels of that character, not just funny. Jared Leto's a good one, yeah, but Jared Leto, I feel like I wouldn't do Jared Leto because I think Jared Leto already played a transgender.
Yeah, he played it in Dallas Myers Club or something like that.
So I would want to cast someone who hasn't been in a role like that.
Chris Pratt is a very, he can do a lot of things. Like
Yeah,
he's
Chris Pratt.
definitely not someone who's just stuck to one character. So probably, yeah, he would have to shave his beard probably for it. Well, not necessarily. There's drag queens with beards. I'm trying to figure out how to pull up Jackbox and keep it to like a minimum screen so I can share it, but I don't know how. Because it wants to take over my entire screen.
What about Evan Peters?
Ooh.
Who?
Evan Peters, the one who played Quicksilver in X-Men.
Okay, yeah.
American Horror Story.
No.
Who are the new action stars? Like that's because that's if you think about it, that's kind of what they went off of with
Tom Holland.
Who?
Tom Holland's doing a lot of more of action that's going into. He's doing right now the game. I forgot what it's called. It's about a guy who goes on an adventure and yada yada yada, goes on a yacht.
What about Ben Affleck?
That's another guy who acts the same way. I can see Ben Affleck probably playing Vita, but
I'm trying to think of like the action guys that have done like blockbuster movies and stuff.
Who's Tom?
Tom Hiddleston. Oh, that's a good one.
That one plays Loki.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, that would be good.
That would be good.
That would be a good one. That's a good one.
Lunch and dinner.
I'm trying to see. There's somebody who's in the back of my mind, someone who's funny and quick that could play Chi-Chi, but for some reason I can't remember it. It's like the tip of my tongue, and I'm trying to look for it.
Sebastian Stan.
Is that the one that plays Winter Soldier?
Yeah. Actually, I would love to see Chris Evans like that too. That man's body is ridiculous. Ezra Miller.
Ooh, Ezra Miller. Yeah, but if you want to do straight though, Ezra Miller's not straight.
He's not?
No. I think he's bi.
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's very as well like dresses like a woman on a regular basis. Like he goes to certain galas and events that he dresses like gender fluid, either women or men or both. Like he kind of like mixes it up a little bit and wears makeup a lot too.
Well, flip the question. What LGBTQ actors would you pick to?
I'll do drag queens, straight up drag queens.
Okay, you said them before. Brandy, which one would you do?
I just told you I don't know all the names of the drag queens, so I couldn't tell you.
I'm not saying just drag queens. I'm just saying like LG. Anytime.
I don't know. I'm thinking. I mean, like that's.
Honestly, I'm always bad at this type of question too because I don't keep up with. Obviously, I don't keep up with movies that much.
What's his name? Is it Dominic West or Dominic something? The guy who played in the Dracula movie.
I'll forget.
What is his name? He's gay. You can cast huh?
I said, what'd you say about me?
It's like someone's gay. It's me.
Ricky Martin as Chi-Chi.
I see that.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then Maximo.
Oh my God! For the straight, this is a good one. Timothy, how do you say Chalamet? The one from Call Me by Your Name.
Oh yeah.
He definitely can play like one of them. I don't know which one. Again, I'm not going based on what race they are. I'm just going based on like attitude. But I still wouldn't cast him as Chi-Chi though. I feel like Chi-Chi has to stay very, very funny, quick.
Yeah,
person.
true.
And I'm trying to think of it. If this person was young, and I know, and I'm not trying to be very offensive, but if this person was young, I would have done Paul Rudd as Chi-Chi.
Sebastian Stan has done gay movies?
Yes. I think one of them he's a little bit skinny. And actually in the latest movie he's nude. In theaters. Who? Sebastian.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yep. I see
Look
that.
at Michael's face light up at that.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah,
Jamie Foxx could
Absolutely.
definitely
for
be
sure.
Noxema.
yeah, for sure. I could see that in a heartbeat.
Paul
Paul
Rudd
Rudd
is
is
timeless. Well, tell that to his wrinkles. Damn, branding the girls. Happened.
Makes me want to look up Sebastian. I'm trying to find a good shirtless picture. I mean, him as Winter Soldier when he's like all like oiled up in the with the metal arm on, but he looks fantastic in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Now that his hair's cut and he's all like buffed up with like the Mandarin collared bike jacket on and stuff. Grr.
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 I've seen the original first two Captain America movies, but I haven't seen any of them past that. Okay, so do you guys want to play Jackbox for a little bit, or just continue talking about the movie?
No, we can play Jackbox. We've been talking about this for an hour and a half. Well, not really, because we keep getting
And we'll just
sidetracked.
play it for a little bit if I can figure out how to do it. I may not be able to see the chat afterwards, but that's okay.
How can the pocket of your pants be empty but still have something in it?
That one I don't know. The reason why I knew the other ones that they kept saying is because I had a
Dad jokes book?
no, I had a professor that would put riddles when everyone was coming into class and settling down. He would put riddles on the board and we'd have to guess them. I don't know why. He'd like, let's get your brains active early or something like that. And we'll just play like one round of something, guys. And this is honestly just to test out if I did it right and have it figured out.
Funko Pop family, are you going to tell us what the answer is?
Probably not.
Because now I need to know.
The one that plays Selena Gomez's little brother.
No.
Yes.
Austin or I forgot his name. I don't know.
Austin something. He would be funny, Gigi.
Quiplash or Blather Round, y'all?
I don't see him as a comedian though. Sorry, what?
I've never played Blather Round. I played Quiplash.
You've played Blather Round?
Blather Round's fine. I like Blather Round. I'm not all about the Quiplash right now.
I have played that.
Okay. I can't see the chat right now, guys, and probably the others won't be able to when we start playing either. So
I can see it just fine.
Oh, good. There we go. There's the code, everyone.
So,
Damn, girl.
you can play.
I'm at 4%.
I'm at 15. You want to use my phone to do it?
Sure.
I'm still trying to find out actors. It's bothering me. There's somebody that's funny that can like easily do Chi-Chi, and I just can't remember right now. Whatever, I give up.
You guys give me 1 second, like literally. I know we're not gonna stay on here very long, but let me get 1 second because I just realized I can't play because my phone's
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
on there. So I have to go grab my other laptop.
Okay.
Let me go check the suit.
Okay.
Calling that something is a hole. What can you hold without touching it at all? My heart.
Guess who's back?
Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. This is the world's hairiest chicken right here.
Your dog is adorable.
It's thundering out, so that's why she's up here. She does not like storms.
Ours does the same thing, but she cries a lot more.
Whoever is the VIP has to start the game.
Well, I was waiting on you, girlfriend. Daniel. Ready?
Go for it.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Did you not hit the sound? To share the sound?
Hang on.
Here you go.
You want me to skip the tutorials or go through it? Huh?
You're muted.
I'm either muted or y'all hear the sound.
Okay.
If I have both sounds on, it echoes. So, would y'all rather hear me or the thing?
We would love to hear your beautiful voice.
I know, but I know it takes away from the game.
Alrighty, I picked mine. Mine's actually easy.
At least this way I can see the chat. Hang on. There we go. Okay, I'm back. I'm connected again.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was me. Why isn't it showing up?
Or it's what?
Oh. Well, because I picked my thing and it told me to create my first sentence, so I did.
Yeah, but now everyone has to. It's not all about you.
Okay. Shut up.
Ooh, I like what I put for mine.
Oh, I'm not even up first.
Category is person. They're a tangy entity.
Tangy or tangy?
Tangy, I guess.
When I think tang, I think of that little ape that used to be in the commercials.
I put orange bird.
Did you guys read this? When that something is a whole, what can you hold without touching it at all? Air.
Toucan Sam.
A grudge. It's a bar.
I can't wait to see what the next clue. They connect with the wisdom.
Dumbledore.
They connect with the wisdom. Yoda?
I'm going to see how it sounds with the thing on, and you tell me if it's too echoey with the music on.
Yoda? Sour pumpkins.
That's good.
Sounds okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grogu? Somebody put yogurt. Jaylee. They're kind of similar to RuPaul.
When the presenter uses each other in a sentence, you gain points. Time is running out. Time to take some big swings. They're kind of similar to
Jesus.
Love you.
Oh, it's you? You're others? Oh, that's right. You are others.
Yeah, she's others.
I remember now.
The game doesn't know that we've been talking about the movie.
He's
Oh, he.
So he's old.
He's so antique, RuPaul.
If it's the person I'm thinking of.
Dang.
Oh.
Not the person I was thinking of.
Nice try, nice try.
Category
Angie's up.
is story.
Angie.
Category is a story. Is a story about a bumpy object. A pimple.
Well,
That's what I'm trying to type, but it's not letting me type.
there's a lot of bumpy objects I can think about.
Terrifying hypocrisy.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Okay. That's so weird.
Yeah. Oh, middle-aged husband.
Middle-aged husband. Bumpy object.
What? What?
I put your name.
Oh, wow. Rude. It's a lot like Chucky. Barbie? Ken? The name of
Crap, what's his name?
Alexa, what's the name of Chucky?
No. The Nightmare Before Elm Street guy.
Oh, Freddy.
Yeah. Okay, now
Alexa, stop. There's a foolish game.
Saw?
Saw, Jigsaw, Billy.
I don't even watch horror movies. How do I know
Once
this
upon a
crap?
time, evil guy. What's his name?
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumple.
An animated version. Nightmare Before Christmas.
An animated version.
Goosebumps.
Don't say. Oh my gosh. Then the Smoky Dreams. I don't know. Clue.
If it's Jack Skellington, which I was just typing, I'm gonna be upset. King of the Hill.
What the? Sorry. Okay, middle-aged husband, terrifying hypocrisy, bumpy. I get it. It's nothing like a pimple.
Little monster. Let's go. It's a soft lump.
Not gonna write that.
I knew she would be the one to do it. Okay, guys, there's other soft lumps. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. Michael just got one.
Hello.
What are you guys doing? Making out?
No, I was walking out.
It's a soft lump. It is used for the fun.
Like a dodgeball?
It's nothing like a boob.
Wait.
Oh.
Smart.
You know how she thought of that? She ate some last night.
It'd be like that sometimes with an easy bake. It's not
Oh,
so
that cake mix is bad, 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 bad.
Here are some points for everyone.
I have no clue how to play.
Well, you're learning, Angie.
You learn. Okay, Michael.
My turn.
He knows how to play, so
It's a story about their incredible
Batman Robin.
Oh.
why can't I play?
You want me to do it? I mean, you've been playing. Unless you want to do it. Then I give you none
It
of my
booted
answer.
you out, Brandy?
I don't know. If I hit refresh, will I get kicked out?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
entertaining protagonist.
Oh, there.
Romeo and Juliet.
A family-friendly personality.
Ooh.
That was not what I meant to write.
I was about to say, what the hell is he? Like Ant-Man and Wasp?
Yeah.
The hero discovers the family.
Sure, it's not Stitch.
Hero discovers the family. Family friendly, teeny protagonist, especially there's a girlish switching.
Well done on that sentence. Oh, time is ticking. Hurry, hurry. I am giant.
What kind of switching do I do?
I don't know. When I
don't
don't
play
know, I
this.
throw
I
it
don't
in
play-
your
I don't
name
play
tag.
that.
This clue gives it off. This clue is the biggest clue.
It's almost over. Keep guessing.
I was gonna say Stuart Little, but someone already guessed that.
Ah, come on, guys. You guys were close, though. You guys were very close with the whole. Yeah.
Oh,
Ah, hell.
Yeah, you see the clues, right?
Yeah. I haven't seen that show in years.
Sister, sister. Do, 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 do. Wait, that's Smart Guy.
Oh!
Ah, we mixed up both. Which is funny because they're brother and sister in real life.
Yeah.
Tia Tamara is the sister of Taj Mahal, who does.
Hey, Lori.
Guy. Hello, hey, how are you? Welcome to the insanity. Why am I singing?
If the people in chat tell me that it's too echoey because I know I have both sounds on, let me know. I'll gladly mute myself and just talk through the chat. I annoy Brandy better that way anyway.
Oof. So I like my closet. Narnia.
Washington, D.C.?
Oh,
Well, like hell.
it's a different portal.
I think it's Washington, D.C.
This place has an out of this world artifact.
Someone put
Jurassic
D.C.
Park.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, Ken. I'm from Chicago, beach. I don't really know. Is where you collect the artifact.
The Smithsonian? I don't know how to. I barely know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to spell it. Sounds fine. Thank you, Pop Harbor.
Collection, display, china cabinet. It's in the closet. It's a cookie place.
Adam's Family?
The basement.
It's a place.
Adam's Family House.
Wow.
I don't know what else.
Oh, yeah.
Museum. You're right.
It's a lot like my closet. Creepy and dark. I tried.
Nobody has one.
No, you did good.
Well, somebody did. You got Brandon. You got somebody's clue. It's happy
Trouble.
Dennis the Menace.
I was thinking that right now. I couldn't.
I can't think of anything.
It has construction.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, Ken. Hey, Lori.
Talk about popular.
Mean Girls? What is a thing?
Similar to Ruth.
Times Square? It's a place.
Oh, I like Skyscraper.
New York.
Oh, line. It's not like Skyscraper. Oh, line. It's a video game version of Tiles.
Matrix.
Oh, Tetris?
Dang it!
You're welcome.
Damn.
Yeah, are you not playing?
No, everyone was filled up by the time I got back.
Dang.
I don't care. It's fine.
I'm so sick of rain.
Same.
I'm so
I love rain. I'm ready for it to rain tomorrow.
It's been raining here all day. Every day.
It could rain literally every day and I'd be happy.
No. Not here. Oh. Maybe this one or this one.
I'm complete.
You're complete.
That's what my little character says. I'm complete.
It doesn't know you that well.
The fact that she's sleeping through this right now.
Okay, Slowpoke.
Didn't you say she slept through an entire tornado?
No, she slept through a storm the other night, but I had like YouTube or something on in the background, and she didn't hear it. And then I fell asleep, and the sound stopped. Pop Harbor, you can have this rain. It's been raining here for like 10 days straight.
I'd be happy with that. I would be so happy with that.
Ugh.
The farmers around me will try to kill me, but I would be so happy with that.
Craft my first sentence now. Why don't I get to...
We're dreaming of rain here on the West Coast. Girl, you can take it from the East Coast.
I think I got booted. No, I did not get booted.
Daddy!
Girlie just got a blank. Stitch. Dora the Explorer.
I mean, I said a cute creature.
Well, boots, then. I don't know. Hey, some children can be classified as creatures.
Fenway.
Scooby.
They're kind of similar to boots. What a marvelous sentence.
Exploring.
Yeah, I bet Pop Harbor.
Ooh, why am I
So,
yawning
like-
so bad?
So, like a monkey? Another monkey?
You haven't got long left.
Someone said a boo?
And they do inquisitiveness.
So a thinking, exploring primate.
They're nothing like
Nothing like King Kong. Okay.
Yay!
Oh.
Curious George, yeah.
Those are good clues now that I... Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it. I get it.
Awesome.
Pink Panther. Didn't.
Someone guessed it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Angie.
Nice.
What was it?
Here's George.
Oh.
Weren't you so curious?
It's a blanky blank life.
Well, they ran out of time. I don't even know if they're still here. Winklepuff family, if y'all are still here.
Is there a way to skip past them?
No,
No. If there was, it'd be on your screen since you're the VIP.
it's the thing. Hey, Evelyn.
Hey!
Hey, Evelyn. What the what?
I went to spell house everyone. It came out houses. Well then.
123,445,556.
I like how Nadia just did a whole bunch of numbers and then like an actual thing that might be the answer.
Space.
8675309.
Talking about
My
my
girl.
girl.
Talking about
No.
my girl. My
What
girl.
did you guys think of the music pops that were revealed today?
Boring.
Boring. I see Beyonce.
I feel like, yeah.
Should have known better than to ask that.
Destiny's Child.
Avocado toast. That's amazing. How's that a blanky blank?
Good answer.
Oh. Wow.
To be honest, I probably wouldn't have gotten that even if there were clues for it.
A youthful body. Me.
Where is the body?
Gone.
Brandy, come on. Jojo Siwa.
Their youthful body. They are the leader.
Harry Potter. Michael, have you seen the president? He's not very youthful.
I mean, it wasn't Michael, it was me.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
it says
second of
Michael.
all, they were once upon a time.
Laverne Cox.
She's so brawny.
What's brawny?
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, what's brawny?
Bounty.
It means like, not muscular, like skinny.
Oh, brawny
Alexa.
is when you are muscular.
I would
Oh,
say,
it is?
isn't it the other way? Because the paper towels is brawny.
Taller than Beyonce.
Taller than Beyonce, never.
Younger than Obama.
And younger than Obama.
That sounds like a song. Taller than Beyonce, younger than Obama.
Athletic. Oh, somebody is
Like a basketball player.
Serena Williams.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, so it's not baseball.
That's basketball.
Oh,
LeBron does basketball.
that's what I was thinking, but the wrong word came out.
Oh.
So,
I put Serena. That should have given. Somebody put George for Curious George. That should what? Censor this. I feel like that was a point that was stolen. Hashtag rigged.
Well, it would have been for me if I was playing. I gave Brandy the answer.
I tried Venus first.
A bad
Life.
entity.
Lilo and Stitch.
How's that a bad entity?
Stitch was evil.
Was.
That's what I said. Was evil.
Was. It's not. Deadpool with the baby said will.
A rude demon.
Exorcist?
Gremlins.
Exorcist?
That's similar to Ghost.
I don't know how to spell that.
The Exorcist. The Exorcist. Exorcist. Why doesn't it do it?
I don't know.
Hocus Pocus.
A deceased handbook.
Oh,
Her book was made of like skin or
Wonderful.
something, wasn't it?
damn it! Somebody got it.
Oh,
Oh,
And
really?
they didn't even spell it right.
I thought it was Army of Darkness.
Hashtag never seen it. Wow. Hashtag never surprised.
Hashtag we know already.
This game hates me. I literally spelled Serena. I should have gotten the point.
I agree.
It's a wonderful magic. Harry Potter.
Wizard of Oz.
Hocus Pocus.
Cinderella.
Oh, it's a place though. Hogwarts. Magic Kingdom. That's Hogwarts. With a T and a D.
Narnia.
Wow.
Congrats.
I already saw who was the winner.
Dang, Angie's
I think
kicking our
Angie's getting the
butt.
hang of this game.
Next time I need a partner, I'm picking Angie. I didn't answer the first one. Sorry, guys. I was not paying attention.
What else is new?
Shush.
Fire.
And it kicks me out every time.
Joker.
Harley Quinn. Boss Queen.
Why didn't I think of Harley as soon as I said the Joker?
Right?
Fake DC fan. I'm kidding.
Wow. He said it, but,
I'm kidding.
I thought it.
Oh, she did,
Oh, wow.
She did the hair flip. Ooh. Now she gave me side eye.
Others.
Well, no need to look at
The
that.
Kardashians.
The Kardashians. Handbook for recently deceased. Oh my god.
Have we really been on for 2 hours?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Wow.
I know I have that effect on people. I charge by the hour though.
Okay. All right. So I know these three have to work tomorrow, so we're gonna cut it a say it a night here. I honestly just wanted to play one thing of Jackbox just so I know that I did it right.
You did.
I got that, so we'll probably play like at least one round, probably like every month or so when we do this. But this is gonna be a monthly thing with Brandy and I, guys. We're gonna do it at the end of every month on Wednesday, like we were with the movie club. And next month, I promised Brandy all three Back to the Future movies.
Yes!
Wow. Wow. 3
But
movies.
here's the thing: the ones that I want for you are only 2, so I'm gonna have to find a third one that goes with it
Okay.
to even it out.
Y'all should watch the whole Scream.
So,
Movies.
what are my movies? Are you not going to tell me?
Hell no, I'm not gonna tell you yet.
Oh. Well, that's no fun.
I will say you were close with what you were saying at the beginning, but
Figured.
it's not Pokemon though. Here's the thing with Pokemon, you wouldn't know what the hell was happening without having like at least the very basic knowledge of Pokemon, and you don't know that unless you watch the cartoon or at least play the game. So I'm not gonna make you suffer through that.
Okay.
So.
Well, thanks.
But anyway,
Good luck,
guys,
Kaylee.
I hope you enjoyed that. I will gonna be on tomorrow on Popping Around the World with Eric and Sassy. And I know McDorks are going to be on Sunday with Melly Mel, which is a morning live stream. It's not Mel does it in the morning, which I personally like. Something to do like, mid-morning on Sunday. I like it. I love her stream. And
Yeah.
Brandy, I honestly don't know what's up with her. So
Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing next Tuesday.
yeah,
I haven't quite
do you
figured
even
it out
know what
yet.
you're doing next week?
No, but I might have figured it out because my mom sent me a picture of something that I've wanted to try. I do know I have a video that I'm doing with Lisa.
Yeah.
So I am doing another video. Caitlyn, you saw the pictures of what I bought for that video.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that actually.
We'll see how that goes. Plus, I have to for Poppin' Trades. I promised I would go down Lisa's slide, so I'm doing that this weekend as well. So I have to hop in the pool fully clothed again. More butt crack couldn't see.
Are you going to wear a belt?
Yeah. Or at least have like athletic shorts on that'll dry quickly instead of having to sit in my khakis or whatever I had on the last time.
What
My
are you
khaki
wearing?
shorts that
Khakis?
didn't dry. Khaki shorts. I was dressed up. We'd gone to like a grad party or something. So, yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
to dry.
thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm gonna head off here so these three can get some rest for tonight. But thank you all for coming on, and thank you too, Michael and Christian, for agreeing to come on with us. Again, guys, they're not gone.
Yes,
They're
I'm
just,
not gone.
they're just taking a step back.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Here's the
hiatus
proof.
on that. Yeah, so we're good. We're here and we're queer.
All right, is there anything
That
else y'all
too.
want to talk about or promote before we?
Happy Pride, the last day.
Oh, yes, today's the last day of Pride.
No, it's not. It's the last day of Pride Month. Pride lasts all year round.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right. You're
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You can
correcting
celebrate
me.
whenever you want.
You put me back in my place. I'm sorry.
It's true.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, like always, it's a community and not competition. And we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.